Good evening from New Zealand. Um, Once again, thank you so much for those you have joined Reflective Moment community, particularly those you joined the group in the last 24 hours. Really excited to see the community is getting bigger and bigger. And I really like to encourage everybody, open your hearts to share your thoughts on different topics. Um, Today, I like to explore, share with you a book that I have read years ago. Um, Occasionally, I will review the book because it just, to me, is a very, very is a good is really really good book for helping me to reflect my life. So this book is actually from Robin Sharma. He has written a couple of books, and this is the first one that I actually come across when I was in Canada. So the title of the book called "Who Will Cry When You Die?" Who will cry when you die? Very interesting topic. That's one of the reason I purchased the book that time. So in the first chapter, Robin Sharma called a conversation that he had with his dad when he was young. And this is the conversation from his dad. His dad said to him, "Son, when you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice." To me, this is such a wisdom saying. When a newborn baby is born, everybody was so happy, so rejoiced to see a new life being born. But when a life going to pass, um, everyone's miss and started to feel grief about the passing. But at the same time, the one passing um, hopefully will have a hearts of um, a rejoiceful heart, knowing that he's going somewhere. God is waiting for him. But you and me probably is still not there yet. Um, I guess hopefully, no one is looking for passing this life at this moment. Life to me is just so amazing. As I said in my website, it's just so amazing not to live in full. But have you ever thought about this question? Who will cry when you die? Who will cry when you die? Regardless, what is your age right now? You might be teenagers, because I have couple of young people join this group, and you might be, a grandparents too. Our community, although it's still small but growing, have different age group of people join us. Regardless where you are in your age, have you ever asked yourself, who will cry for me when I die? When this question came to me, it's not so much about, if people will miss me or will cry for me when I'm passing. I think this question is more challenge me to think about how I am living my life right now, how I live my life right now. Or when I'm still on earth, when I'm still living my life, have I affect other people's life in a very positive way? Have I create meaning for people's life? Have I create relationship or positive relationship encouragement for people around me? I think this is a very good question for us to ask. First of all, um, we in a age that we feel that, or we believe that we can have lots, a very vibrant relationship with people around the world. Like, for example, I create reflective moment in just less than a week. I have people internationally join this group because I have connected with people around the world in the past. However, I'm not physically with them. I'm not sure if I'm actually having a strong relationship with them. Like social media, in my Facebook, for example, I have over 800 friends, the Facebook that I share with my husband. But I cannot say that everyone is friend in my Facebook has a strong friendship with me. Very often that number actually doesn't mean a lot in a real quality of relationship. We can reach quite far away with our technology and device today. But I have to say at the same time, in my past so many years working at church, working with community as a counselor, and also as a social worker, um, providing social service to our community. The more we found that we can create relationship with many people, I have to say, at the same time, for some reason, there are more people feel lonely. There are more people feel isolated. There are more people feel no relationship and no trust around the people with them. And there are lots of people, particularly our young generation, feel there's no one they can trust, feel there's no one they can talk, feel no one they can really get support from. They feel no hopes, no future. They don't even have energy or motivation for the next day to come. Why is that? Why is that? On the other hand, we actually live in a way that we so much focus on ourselves, what I want, what I like, rather than in a community base, what I can offer to the community, how I can create values and and encouragement to the communities and relationship around us. How I can, as a family member, um, to um, to hold my families together, or create a, a wonderful or a good relationship within the families. My husband was in the hospice service as a chaplain for many years. And very often, when we talk about people in their dying bed, he said that many of them actually died alone. And many of them, when they die alone before they pass, there's a lot of regrets in their life. What they actually regret of is not what they have done. It's actually what they can do. They could do, but they did not choose to do. That comes back to the question: who will cry when you die? Who will be by you? Who will be missing you? Who will be celebrate your life with their tears? The flip side of that question is: what are you investing right now with your life? Have you invested something only for a short moment, or you actually invest your life to something eternal and meaningful? I just want to conclude this with one passage from the Bible, which is in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. I'm not going to read the Bible verse to you, but I really hope that you, if you have a Bible, if you have time, open your Bible or Google it. From internet, it's easily to find Bible verses right now on the net. So 1 Corinthians chapter 12, that's a passage talk about body. It kind of described in a funny way, but it's not not a funny way, but it's actually a very logic way. It says that if a I saying that, I'm an eye, I'm not belong to the body, or I'm a hand, um, I'm not feet or foot, so we don't belong to each other. So our body actually make up by many different parts. But if we are not working together, all these individual parts become meaningless. I wanted to encourage you to think about that too. If I believe every one of you actually created to be in the community. We're not created to be on your own. If you're on your own, you might still surviving or living your life, enjoying some time, but there is something for sure you feel missing in your life. And that is the relational part that God has created to us. And that is also the part that we supposed to offer, to the community, so that we can get the satisfaction. We can find meanings and relationship in our life. So I really wanted to, ask yourself the same question again. You know, am I part of the community? Am I offering myself to be part of this community, to create um, to create relationship, to offer my gifts or talents or what I have for this community to make it a better one? Or if I'm on my own and too much focus on myself, then who will cry when you die? Probably is a very good question for you to ask yourself. So I'll leave it for you. Um, I really like to invite you to share some thoughts. There might be some reflection that you have or some insight that you have. Then I'd really like you to share in the Facebook group or in my website so that we can, or in the YouTube channel that I will put this video on. Just share your thoughts. I hope that we come together to encourage each other that we won't regret coming to the end of our life for the life that we have lived. Okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Good night.